corner. Driver number 1 looking to the inside of 2. Second place, sets himself up for a pass going into this carousel. Is he going to be able to get his nose in there? Go.
Welcome to the Iron Thunder Rush Series here today. Drivers are going to have a pretty good race if I had to say so myself. Hopefully they don't wipe each other out. Possibly could happen. Might be bad. But hopefully guys can keep their cars under them. I know sometimes they like to kind of step out on them. But these guys are currently in their qualifying right now, so they have about 5 more minutes left of that. I'm trying to get this title because I have went over the number limit. There we go, that'll work. But I'll pull up some race info here. Now, one question I have is who will push the cushion? Because you can run high up on this wall here at Miami, and these Xfinity cars, it's replicated very, very well. The next gens, not so much. Next gens can't really run as high, which kind of sucks. You kind of have to run the bottom, but Xfinities will be up against the wall as close as you can be. Saw Kyle Larson doing that last year when he won at Homestead. He was up close against the wall. It was working because it was simulated right, or it's actually, it was real life. But here they don't simulate it well in the next gens, but the Xfinity, like I said, you can get away with it. It is very, very fun to watch them do that. But this league is sponsored by the Gutter Team, the Ott Company. Cattle Co. need to pull their logo up there. That will be a permanent logo because there's so many other ones on it. Cattle Co., VRX, the Gutter Team, and the Ott Company are sponsors of this league. Ghost Racing Network is sponsored by Team Watson Racing Setups. Use code WATSSPIN39 for 5% off your purchase at their website. That is WATSPIN 39. Drivers are currently in their qualifying, though, as you will see that still up on the board. So they've got that going. I'm a little bit curious to see how. I really want to see how close guys are going to get, because you can really get up there if you have the guts to do it. You can do it, but it's just how close do you go? How close do you really go on that? That's the better question for me. I'd be somebody who would be really up there, like really, really up against that wall, but there are 26 drivers. 2 of them are currently in their qualifying right now. It's Dave Matson. He's actually pulling out on pit road. He only has a minute to get his qualifying run done, so he got to do that pretty quickly or he's not going to be able to get one in. Just scurry on out there. He'll get his qualifying lap in there. Just kind of did a little bit of a ride along with him there. Thought might as well do it. If we have the time for it. That will only put him, I'll put him to 9th. So not a bad qualifying position for him. That was the end of qualifying though. So you will see the screen blink out there and it will come up with their display here. 90 laps. But here are here's their starting order. Storm Patterson first. John Schweckart second. Adam Boyles third. Matthew Cherry fourth. Justin Nelson fifth. Will Laurie 6th, Christopher Gale 7th, Corbin Hemstreet 8th, Dave Matson 9th, Nathan Shiflett 10th, 11th, Matthew Martell 12th, Matthew Quick 13th, Zachary Kreiser 14th, Brandon Klooster, who's 15th, Alex Little. 16th, Sawyer West. 17th, Kelvin Master. 18th, Adam Scrum. 19th, Dylan Hale. 20th, Manning Gregory. 21st, Treston Ott. 22nd, Sawyer Ott. 23rd, Carson Etheridge. Probably Etheridge, sorry there. 24th, Daniel Half. 25th, Josh Coley. 26th, Brandon Pamantat. And 27th was JT Lauderdale. I do have to guess, probably one of those was race control. So one of them will disappear off the screen. See their cars go white, and they will pop in with the paint scheme that they have loaded on their cars here. I want to make sure sponsors do get recognized. I've been waiting for 2 more people to grid, so I'll do another refresh for them. So you'll see it go a little bit white again, then it will come back for them. Dude, I really want to see how much these guys are going to push it up there, though, because you can get up there pretty high. Just if you hit it in these next gens, they're kind of like the Gen 6s. Any amount of damage, and they are just super slow. It's just like you have a parachute attached to you. They just don't go anywhere. So it looks like everybody's in here now. Yeah, we got race controls, Dylan Hale. So that's what I thought. So, again, they'll go wide again just one last time because there's 2 people who hadn't gridded. Dude, I really am anxious to see who's going to get up there. You can really get up there pretty high if you have the guts for it. Because how high is too high is what guys have got to ask. See Storm Patterson there. I'll give him that. That's a pretty nice paint scheme too that he runs. It's very nice looking. Really pops with that blue on his car, especially. I will give him that. Very nice overall. Lights are already off in the pace car. 90 laps here. Probably going to split the stages as there is actually a stage. Actually, there's no stages in this one. That's the Premier Series. Sorry about that. Had those 2 mixed together. Pace car pulls off here. Storm Patterson and John Dweckart leading him to green here as green flag is in the air. We are underway here. Already see some guys trying that high line back there. That was the published replica. That was Shiflet running that high line as he's hopping up there with Corbin Hemstreet. Corbin wants to try that also. Got to be careful, though. You do not want to make that right rear mad. Once it slips once, you are in for a treat because it does not want to grip up after that at all. So, guys, cannot be pushing that too hard because it'll come back and get you. He disappears and he comes back now. I think that he's probably going to stay up there, be pretty content. He gets a little bit loose there already, but we have the 55 of Will Laurie going on. Matt Cherry as we got them 3 wide back here. Masur, Kreiser, and Quick. 3 wide here. It's only the 3rd lap into the race. The 43 will get that spot. That's Masur. Matt Quick will follow him on that high line. That 39 is not going to give up. That's Kreiser on the bottom. See another Ott. That is, I believe, Sawyer Ott right there. I think. Yes, I just saw your Ott in the 35. Ott brothers in here. Quick goes up the track. These guys back here are racing for position. It's only 4 laps into the race. They don't care. It's like the last lap here. Looks like an A open. Everybody thinks you got to get it. You can see Sawyer. Sawyer's looking. He thought about peeking on Alex Little. He decided, I'm just going to tuck him behind him. Not really worth it right now currently where he's sitting. He's just kind of like, yeah, I can do that a little bit later. It looks like it's actually pretty dim on the whole entire track. It kind of started out sunny, but it's overcast right now currently for these guys. So gonna get a little bit more grip, so it's gonna allow these guys to run that top line. As you see, Shiflett, I mean, he is just up there ripping it as he's having some connection issues there. See somebody nick the wall. It doesn't actually touch it. That was Brandon Klusterhuis. Never actually, it looks like Hemstreet keeps hopping up there. I don't know if he's doing that to stop Shiflett's run or not. You see at this track, it's gotten dark here now. There is no sun here left. It started out sunny and it's kind of disappeared now. But you see Dave Matson, he's up one position from where he qualified. He's not doing too bad right now currently. They want to see who stays more committed. That's Zachary Kreiser riding that top line. These guys back here will not get off each other. They are staying pretty close. That is what you want to see when you watch racing, as drivers be right up on top of each other, not give each other a lot of room, but racing nice and clean. As that's Brandon Habitat. See it. So the draft here looks like it's probably a big thing too, because you saw Sawyer kind of chase Kreiser down there, because Kreiser was trying to go to the bottom. As you see Little at Kellogg's paint scheme, they're trying to rip that top line as quick as doing it, also trying to get something up there. Not really getting much working. Got JT, he is already down pit road. I'm not sure what happened to him. John Schweckhart is leading up here. Storm Patterson second. Adam Boyles, he is third currently. He's actually passed Storm Patterson for the lead as we were looking back there in the pack of those guys going at each other. So these guys up here have kind of decided to just follow in that bottom lane. Nobody's really running high. They're just tucking in. Yeah, I'm just going to ride here, and that's not a bad option. You can stretch your fuel. I've done that here. You can probably get about an extra 2 laps simply just drafting off of somebody, because it's such a big factor at tracks like this. You want to see about lap 15 to 20-ish is when we'll see who saved their stuff, who's burned it off. Will be pretty evident at that point. So it will just be like, yeah, you'll be able to tell real quick. If you're fast at the start of a run, you probably don't want to be. Later in the run is when you really want to be fast, because hopefully it'll go green. Now, if you're a short run car and you get a lot of cautions, then it's good for you, but no one really knows what's going to happen half the time at some of these races. Sawyer trying to get around Little. Little might actually trying to pass Sawyer there, but Sawyer's going to be able to hold him off. Get that. That was, who's that 44 there? That's a nice paint scheme. That's not matching up with the number on the track. That is West. I think that is. Is that Sawyer West? That might be Sawyer West there. Yes, that is Sawyer West. 44, but it's the 47 on the track. So he's got to get that number matching up soon. So I'm not a little bit confused about it. We have 2 Sawyers in here. We have Sawyer Odd and Sawyer West. Storm's under attack from Adam Boyles here. Adam's peeking his nose up under him, letting him know, yeah, I'm trying to get a spot from you. Got to keep kind of somewhat guarding it. You want to try. As you see, the sun has now come back out at Homestead. It's now not as dark as it was. So sun has now come back out. Track's going to be a little bit slicker. So guys are going to probably slow down their times just a little bit. They were running 33s. Start of the race, some guys are still in the 33s, about 33 mids, 33 highs. We've got some 35s. Sweathart, he's running a 34.52. That is fastest time on the, actually, no, that is the fastest time on the track right now currently. Not sure what happened to JT. JT must have had to leave, because he's not registering on the session anymore as being on the track. As he bought, oh, that's not what you want to do right there. You saw him clip the bottom there. He's just trying to get as close as he can to it. And that'll work sometimes, but sometimes you get a little bit too low, and that car will hit the curb, and that can end up really bad sometimes. I've saw guys shoot their car around because they clip it, and it will just upset that car so much. Just doesn't want to go straight after that. It's just offset on weight, offset on balance, and it just wants to kick loose. And if you're not careful, you can overcorrect that very, very easily and just snap into the outside wall. He's still trying to hold off Boyles here. Boyles will not leave him alone. I think he's trying to switch up his line to get Boyles moving around, taking it, making him a little bit tight. .33 of Josh Coley trying to go around Sawyer all right here. Coley's running that high line. Looks like everybody's kind of stuck to that bottom line. Nobody's venturing up to the high line. That's kind of what I expected him to see, was running that high line a lot more, but they decided, I'm just going to kind of stay to the bottom. As you see some guys trying it, some guys are running the second seam. There's kind of a third seam there, almost really faded on the track. Very faded, actually. You can't even see it there. Your point of view, probably. Look, so Sawyer's running the bottom, so Sweatcart. Boyles has moved up above that first line, but everybody else has migrated to the bottom. Got some guys running that high line. It's very few, though. Not many of them are doing it. It's just a few here and there. Adam Scrum is back here. He's got to catch a break. These guys don't really have any drafting help, so that's not good for them at all. Sweatcart's been falling off here just a little bit. He's never really had a big lead over Patterson. Patterson's kind of kept him in check the whole entire time. And he's not really let him get far out. Storm is within his draft, too. It's not going to be much of a draft, but it is draft capable. 6/10 is when you start to lose the draft, what I've noticed among all cars. So we still got it. I just don't know if... he can hold that there, because Storm's not been moving, as we see some people sliding off the corner a little bit, not a lot. Just a little bit of the rear end kicking out there for them. Somebody just disappeared there for a second. But there we go. Somebody's venturing to the top. That's Matthew Martell. Brandon, I think he's having something happen to him. Biggest mover is actually Brandon Pamitat. He is up 13 positions and 13th right now. So he started at 26th. He must have not had to go to qualifying effort, or he didn't qualify at all. But, I mean, he's almost double the spots that Kelvin Masur has gotten. He's gotten 10. He started in 17th, or he's gotten 7. He started in 17th. He's currently sitting 10th right now. Hopefully I don't make another gap or mess up here tonight. But no, gaffer will do the same thing. Mess up here tonight. I had somebody clip what I said in the opening race for the Rush series and send it to me. And I was like, yeah, let's not talk about that. As Pamitat looks like he's going to get another position. That's 14 now as he's doubled it. He's definitely going to be he's going to be a guy to watch. Seems like he likes this track early on. They're getting to the point of run when tires are starting to wear off, and you see Storm is just kind of lurking here now. See Storm's getting ever so closer now. John's going to have to start running real quick. He wants to get away from him, but I think Patterson might be able to get it, as he's going to run a little bit higher to get that car a little bit more secure, a little bit more stable, trying to get that right front heated up a little bit to where it wants to get a little bit tighter possibly for him. The track might have gotten slick on him, so he has to start driving it just a little bit different to keep it up under him. If you don't, it's going to end up pretty bad. I'll tell you what, that is a very pretty paint scheme. I want to figure out who made that. It was very nice. Looks like that is, no, that's not Shiflet. That is actually 43 of Mr. trying to get another position. Shiflet is running that high line. Seems to be kind of diming it off a little bit, maybe. Kind of turning off that high line, going down a little bit. It's giving him some more stability, but that right front's probably screaming, please don't do that anymore to me, because it cannot take that for very long. He's having connection issues too. But I want to, oh, Storm's, oh yeah, Storm's up on the bumper of Sweatcart. And he is right there. He actually might get him here if he can get to that quarter pound. He just wants to touch it. If he can just get to it, he can't do it. He has to tuck right back behind him. Gonna get a draft on the backstretch. He can go in there pretty deep. Gonna dive it down in there. Not go super hard, surprisingly. Gonna bobble a little bit there as you see Boyle is getting passed by Laura. As Patterson, if he can just get a good exit just once, he just needs it once, he'll be able to get a good run down there as he's going to show the inside on Sweatcart. Sweatcart's not going to cut him off. Patterson's a little bit too far away. He's going to run a little bit higher, going to enter a little bit higher above that first seam, tuck down, try to get a good turn down on the track. Trying to use that run off the hill if possible for him, but he's not going to be able to do it. He's definitely trying. Oh, there he goes. He got him up off the bottom. Oh, Storm's right there on him. He should have tucked out there and just hung onto that quarter panel. He had it. He decided not to grab onto it, though, but Storm got a run. These guys are fitting for their lives back here, it seems. Hamatat slowly making his way through it. Thank you for telling me that. Just cleared up. Which Brandon is it? Is it Hamatat? I guess you're saying it's Hamatat. No, there's only one Brandon in here, actually. Okay, thank you for telling me that. Did not know. Probably just looked right over. Oh, Storm's getting him off the bottom. He's going to get a run right here down the front stretch. Comes to the start-finish line. Storm is going to tuck back in again. Behind him, he just can't get a full exit. He's just missing one little piece to it. He gets right up to the bumper. He can't pull any closer after that. This has let the 55 draw himself into this. I know that one is having to defend as he gets loose off that corner. That's going to give Storm a better run down the backstretch here. Storm he's not taking it. He's playing really conservative here. How he's riding it. He looks like he keeps getting a good run when he does that right there, and he's going to get side by side with Sweatcart. Patterson's going to try to get this position. He will take that very easily. Laurie's going to try to follow in with that. Will take that position easily from Sweatcart. So Sweatcart loses 2 positions in a matter of about 5 seconds here. Matt Cherry, Justin Nelson, and Adam Boyle is now going to try to set their sights on the one. I think he burned it up a little bit too early. We expect guys to probably go about halfway on fuel. Let me see if there's any information on that very quickly. 60% fuel, so maybe that. Very high possibility that it could be that. As Martell is coming down pit road. I thought he was going to hit the barrels. So, guys, miss pit road a couple times. I'm guilty of it also. You just try to get in there and you just miss. Just flat out miss, and there's no other way to say it. If that'll start the pit stops. I don't know if it will. It might, but we'll just have to see if guys start following suit after that. I'm not completely sure as the one. He's actually down pit road. Yeah, so Sweatcart comes in also. He was probably, I think he probably made those rear tires mad. So he got out to a pretty big lead. After that, he just kind of fell off. So I do want to see if Storm extends a lead, he'll probably stay out. Well, if that's actually his name, that's a pretty cool name, Storm. Sweat cart, he's actually out and away. He'll probably stay on the lead lap as we got other guys coming down pit road. Boyles, Kloosterhuis, and see if anybody else goes down there with them. See if we have any more takers. Oh, we do have more. Kreiser, Skrom, and Sawyer Ott came down. These guys came down with them. Also, they came down about a lap earlier. I think the 3 has a little bit of damage there. Yeah, he's been up. See that right there? You can see how it's a little bit rubbed off. Just trying to get all he can on the track. Nothing wrong with that. I've been guilty of that also. You just try to get as much as you can. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't work. That's for sure. It'll come back and bite you every now and then. But Cherry, yeah, this is when pit stops are going to happen. So Cherry, Nelson, Matson are down. Those guys that came down pit road before them are off and away now. Looks like who else came down behind them? That was Manning, Gregory, and Matt Quick. I think Quick has some damage too. Yep, that's going to be a common sight. It's going to be that damage right there, that's for sure. I do not expect to not see a car with damage. As Laurie is coming in, smokes it getting in there. It gets down to pit road speed and time, though, I believe. Does a good job getting down there, too. I'll give him that. Very nice. And that will also bring Shiflett and Pamitat. And that will bring, who else behind them? Carson, Etheridge, and Sawyer West. I'm down pit road, too. That will also bring the 09 of Dave Matson down with them also. So everybody's pitting. So, but the top 6 have yet to, never mind, I say that, and Storm comes in. He's sliding, getting in there. He's getting in there so aggressively. Have to see, oh, this is, oh, the 40. Oh, that almost ended up bad for Masseur. He almost pounded those tires here. I'm going to go back and watch that. You saw Storm come in. Watch what happens here. He's coming down. He's thinking, I'm going to get to pit road here. I'm going to get to pit road. I'm going to get to pit road. He's headed for those barrels. He decides last second, I can't make it there. He was about to pound those barrels getting down pit road. That one was ended up horrible for him. As Half misses pit box. Storm is off and away for fuels. 4 tires and fuel. Good job, me. 4 tires and fuel. Masseur is down here finally, as I think he spun getting in. He's not had a good time on pit road. Yeah, he's not had a good time on pit road at all. That's a downshift right there. And he just tail smacks the wall. It's going to hurt that car a lot. Little is in, so is Corbin Hemstreet. Matson is off and away. Had a lengthy pit stop. About a whole minute. But Gale has yet to come down pit road here. He's got to do that relatively soon. I think he's actually coming down this time by now. No, he's staying out, so he's going to probably run it dry. Extend it a lot longer as Little and Hemstreet are off and away from pit road now. Be careful. Getting on the track here. If you clip the grass, you will go right around us. He has some pretty heavy right front damage. That's actually not that bad. Never mind. Thought his was a little bit worse. He's actually barely, I mean, that's barely anything. That's actually pretty good. He's been getting up there. Gale is yet to come in as, what happened to Storm? Actually, it's probably that difference how long Storm stayed out. Storm stayed out only, actually he's gonna blow right by these guys as I say that. He stayed out a lap longer than Will, 2 laps longer than Cherry. Wetcart, he's actually up for 3 laps on him. Laurie's running the fastest laps of the race right now. She's been running 30, or he's been running 33s. That's what his best time is. Ran a 34:01 last time by. But he's definitely pushing it. He's trying to get up there to Gale. Gale's hoping for a caution right now is what he wants to see. And I'm surprised that we haven't seen a lot of guys get super loose off the corner. This is normally a track where it very well could also be how I was driving. Just you hang it out the corner and it's just not there. The car is just not want to grip for you. As Gale's coming in finally. Got to put Will Laurie up to the top of the board now after the pit cycles have gone through. Let's see if, yeah, Storm is definitely coming. He's only got 2 laps fresher tires, and Cherry got 1 lap on Will, but he is definitely coming through this pack here. I don't think it will take him very long. We're going to see where Gale comes out. I think Gale will probably come out pretty far behind these guys from how long he stayed out. But he's going to have fresher tires, though. He's going to see how much he can pick through this pack. I had to guess they're probably going to have to come down pit road one more time. They came down on like lap 30, so they're going to have lap 60-ish pit stops again. And they'll stop one more time. Actually, no. They will go to the end on that. They should. Should be able to go to the end on that. Be right on the numbers for them, for some of them. As that was the last driver who's got done with their pit stops, that cycles the lead back to Will Laurie, Storm Patterson, Matt Cherry, Sweathart, and Brandon Kluser, who's your top 5 right now, as we will go to a commercial break.
I played a couple of simulators and this was like very responsive, especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving, it feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Seeing that side by side, they're currently 45 laps into the race for these guys. Having a pretty good run so far is Will, but Storm is coming very quickly. Actually, well, I say quickly, kind of medium pace right now. He's still got to chop off 2 seconds, but he's a tad quicker. Going to take him a little bit to do it, though. It's not going to be all shaved off at once. Again, if y'all are new to Ghost Racing Network, if you don't mind throwing in a subscription, that will help us grow. Always free and can be taken back at any time. Also, you don't have to turn on notifications as long as you're subscribed. That is good enough for me. I would like you to have notifications, though, so you can share it to your friends. It's always something that could be done. But we do have the premiere series tomorrow. Austin is currently streaming Fast Track Sim series right now. Go check that out too if you are a race fan or just somebody who wants to watch multiple races at once. At it right now. So this track is probably, see if I can pull up some track info without it covering the screen. I don't think I can. I would like to. I think it's probably a little bit slicker now because you saw it was sunny, then it went overcast and it went back to sunny again. So guys, I probably had to change how they drive. That tire wear is not going to be true either. It's going to be iffy tire wear, I'd say. I wouldn't trust it if I was in. As there's the weather. I can show that there. So I'll hide this logo here so you can see it. So it looks like it's 81. The track temp is 98 currently. So that has actually changed a little bit. Let's see what the race start at here. We will actually pull up the race info really quickly. So it was 81 degrees at the start. So I want to see what it was, or it's 81 degrees right now. See what it was at the start of the race here. It was 98, so that has gotten a lot cooler for these guys. I'll actually keep that up there now to see how this is going to change how they drive. And we'll just move the Cattle Co. logo down to that corner, shrink it, so it will still be there. Cattle Co., you still exist. Don't worry. You are still on the screen. I just want to see. So it was 98. Oh, wait, no. Track temp. Was that ambient temp or track temp? Let's go see again. That might be track temp. I'm not completely sure. Might be, though. It's partly cloudy, too. And it's a little bit windy for these guys, so they can't really go like they need to around the track currently, either. They're struggling just a little bit. As if this wind picks up, this can actually change how they drive a lot. These storms edging ever so slightly closer. He's just kind of letting him know that he's there. He exists. Storm is somebody who runs in the Premier Series, which are the next gens that were at Charlotte last week. A odd finish, I'll say that much. I did not know they had actually finished because the white flag had came out. Was literally in the guy's hand. Waved it, and then somebody wrecked and a caution came out. So Coley came home with the win as he was supposed to. That was kind of a weird finish, though. I was a little bit confused at what happened for him. You expect the next 9 laps, or at least pit stops. Again, Storm's not been able to run him down. As Will is coming through that pack pretty fast, too. As Pam attack, he's a 19. He might be a guy, if this, I don't know, I mean, he's running. Well, he's actually ran slower than these guys, but he's gained a lot of positions. So he either must have not qualified or he just had a horrible qualifying session or just wants to drive for the pack. I've been guilty of doing that a couple of times too. Pretty fun doing that. Some races, honestly, better to do that so you don't get caught up in everybody else's stuff that happens. Sweat cart. He's started out with the lead and he's fallen now back to 6th. He's probably going to lose this position to Brandon. So Brandon will be up 20 as Josh Coley, the guy I literally just mentioned won the Premier Series last week, is in this race. He's currently running 11th, not having a good race, but he is up 14 positions, that being said. So it probably is a good race for him. Storm edging ever so closer. Just very slight gains every now and then. It's not a huge gain. It's just enough to probably keep Will checking that interval, seeing if it's growing bigger or smaller. So if it grows bigger, that's good. If it grows smaller, that means they're going to catch you here. We'll look at lap times. You see there, that is what he has shaved off of Lori, is in the red. How much he shaved off time-wise. Some laps are more than others. Some laps, it's barely anything. Most of the laps, it's about a 10th a second or 10th a lap that he's doing it. I think he's actually probably going to... I think it's a little bit of a good run there off 4. He's actually going to probably cut off a 10th there again. We'll see what it is this time. As, yep, he cuts off another 10th there from Lori's lead. So he's going to have to be watching now. Will. That was weird. Will. You see Matt Cherry and Brandon Klooster who's going at it. Brandon's trying to get that position from him. I was going to try to come up there and side draft. That almost went bad. Try to get a hold of that quarter panel. That can either go bad or good. As what does that say on that right rear? As Brandon gonna almost nip Matt Cherry in the rear. He got in there a lot deeper. Kind of chased it up the track too, as he's gonna go up under him. Try to get that position. See how much Cherry's gonna race him into the corner. Cherry's not gonna give it to him. This is what racing is. You always want to race for your position. So he will actually take that pretty easily. So Cherry won't really put up that much of a fight. He's gonna slide up in front. Get some tire smoke. Not sure who that's from, but you see Justin Nelson. Not really talk much about him. They dented rear end. Hit it on lap 31, so he's up here in third currently. Everybody else throughout the pack is pretty much just kind of spread out, not really on top of each other. These guys wish their night would go a little bit different, and some tracks just don't suit certain drivers. I've got some tracks that do that. Tell you what, road courses I'm horrible at. I'm very bad at those. But look at Patterson. Patterson's growing ever so bigger in that mirror. A little bit of a onboard shots there for you guys. We do have pit stops happening. Sawyer Ott has been sitting in his pits for 13 minutes, so he must have had something else happen. Must have wrecked. He said he drove down pit lane, but now they're going to be getting into traffic. So what Will's hoping is this traffic messes with Patterson. He does not want Patterson to get close enough to him. They can make it on their last pit stop. You see Sweat Car and Coley. Coley wiggles coming down pit road. He gets in there. Nice and clean, though. Luckily, it doesn't say hello to the barrels at the end of pit road and go headfirst into them. Saw guys, like I said, do that multiple times, and it's not a fun feeling. You see Pamitat. So you said Pamitat did not qualify. Thank you for telling me that. I couldn't remember if he did or not, but Coley's off and away. Nelson is down. Kloosterhoos is down also. Kloosterhoos realizes he can't go down the left side. That will be the penalty. Tucks back in very quickly. We want to see when will Will and Storm come down. These are the two leaders. Storm's chased them down very slowly. And they're in lap traffic now, so this is going to be helping Storm sometimes. It's also going to be helping Will. Storm's just got to catch him in the right spot. He does not want to catch him in a bad spot, as that's kind of something you can't control sometimes. And it does suck every now and then. You're like, well, I caught him in the wrong place. What am I supposed to do? Matt Cherry, Brandon Pamitat, Gail Treston, and Daniel Haffer down. Pit road, those guys are going to be off and away. This is 4 tires and fuel all the way. Who else is in their pit road? That is Manning Gregory and Zachary Kreiser. Comes down pit road. Ooh, that was not good. Masur, I think he just smacked the wall there. You saw him get on pit road. Actually had to get on pit road twice. Missed it the first time. Got in the second time. Downshifted and spun the car into the pit lane wall. So he's not had a good night as Shiflett is down. He is in third right now currently. I want to see when Will and Storm, but Storm's catching him, so Storm's probably going to run him down and pass him. Storm might want to pit a lap earlier than Will, though, because we saw how long it's taken him to chase him down, being where he is, and it took him a good amount of time. Ooh, we have somebody screeching tires as Him Street's down. Might have been just somebody entering one there. I think it was. That was almost bad, but I want to see if Storm can catch his 44, not on exit, on the front stretch. This might be... He's coming. He's definitely coming as a 44 if he gets out of his way. He does. Yeah, he gets way out of the way of Storm, gives him that line that he wants, does not even contend with him. That actually might have hurt Storm. Storm might have actually wanted to run the bottom. But they're both coming in at the same time, so who can get in pit road more aggressive between these two guys? Will and Storm. Who's going to get in their pit stall cleaner? It's going to be a race off of pit road. You cannot mess up here. You mess up, your race is over. You got to be completely in control. This is all on the driver. Will gets into his pit stall nice and clean. See what Storm can do. Storm gets into his nice and clean. A little bit sideways, but he has that first pit stall, so once he has that jack drop, he can just go straight. He doesn't have to turn at all. Have to see the race off the pit road between these guys. It's going to be close. Will get it. Storm will come out second. So Storm doesn't lose time to him, really. Little is the last guy that needs to come down pit road. Little's just hoping for a caution right now. The Storm's got to get all he can getting on the apron, too. He's got to start running. He wants to get some of these lap cars behind him to push him, too. If he can get the 9 of Justin Nelson. Nelson actually gained a lot of positions. He hit 4 laps earlier, though. He's going to have older tires than Storm. The Storm's going to show it in that corner. So this is going to be between Storm and Will. If the caution doesn't come out, Him Street just ran the fastest lap of 33.87. He's pushing it here. Little wants a caution. Where is Storm? Oh, Storm is falling back here. He's actually 2 seconds behind him. Like, he's got lap cars in front of him, so he's going to be getting a draft off of them. Pull him down that back stretch and the front stretch, wherever he is. He just doesn't want to catch him in the wrong spot. He's kind of hoping maybe traffic will mess with Will for him. Traffic is always a factor that people don't really think it can really mess with the car. It can make it tight, make it loose. Can make it not want to do anything half the time for him. He's going to be running up on both of them here, so he's got to get these guys sorted out. Really wants him to just stop racing right now. If he can get, he's probably going to ask for the spot by in the 62. So he's going to be under the 62 on exit, I think. And have to find something. Going to stay low, see if the 32 will give him the position. He actually tucks in behind the 32. 32 will probably stay high here. Yes, he will. Storm will go down to the bottom. So Storm a second and a half behind Will here. How fast can he catch him? As Little finally has to come down pit road. Storm, he's got to do what he did last time again. As now that these guys have cycled through, we will go on our last commercial break here.
I played a couple of simulators, and this was like very responsive. Especially the hydraulics and stuff, the motion and stuff was really, really on point.
Make you feel like you're really driving. It feels real.
It adds so much to the experience. It's just really, really cool.
It was pretty awesome.
Saw it there in the side-by-side. That lap car kind of messed up. Will then allow Storm to close in ever so slightly closer. Storm's got it within a second. He's going to get a draft off this 3 car here, too. Give him a run down the front stretch, see if he picks up anything. Actually, Will extends it a little bit. But Storm, he's got 17 laps to do something. Just got to remember, I just got to take it nice and easy. Don't have to push super hard right now. He's going to get by that 3. 3's going to hold him up a little bit, too. Will almost actually wrecked. Trying to get around the 3. He did not have a good time trying to work his way around it. So he kind of wanted to almost snap out from under him. He was able to collect it, though. I think Storm is going to be... It's going to be close between Storm and Will. I mean, it really will. Habitat will go by. He's up 19, 20, right about now if he gets by Sweat Cart. He pit on lap 61, Sweat Cart, lap 59. Sweat Cart's kind of saw him fall from grace. But Storm's going to be close. We're going to do top 5, 1 lap on board with each of them here. Those laps on board with him there. Storm's now falling back from Will. I think he might have some damage here. No, he doesn't. He's just not gaining like he was before. He might have pushed too hard as lap traffic might have came back and bit Storm, as Storm's now going to have to kind of throw, oh my gosh, throwing a Hail Mary getting up against that wall. Going to get a big run down the front stretch here. Actually, kind of stay even on time, but he's going to have to start ripping it. This is the point in the run where you realize these tires don't even matter anymore. I got to go quick. Got to go fast. I just don't think he can catch Will. He was doing so good early on, but Habitat, he's the biggest mover of the race. Up 20 position. That is absolutely insane. Coley's up 15 too. Very impressive, but that is absolutely insane. But he also didn't qualify. But what Storm has to hope for now is that Will slips up somewhere. That's the only way he's going to get close enough to do anything to him. But I don't really see it happening here. So unless Will blows a corner, it's not going to happen for him. A pretty good race so far. Two guys have kept it clean. Nobody's really bouncing off each other. Not really many wrecks. It is different with this not being stages. I'll say I used to watch NASCAR when there were no stages. That was kind of boring. I think stages actually do make it interesting. I'm glad they did that sometimes. You know there's going to be a caution for sure. I think Storm's loose. You saw that rear end wiggle on him, so he's not having a good time so far. I think that this is Will's race. I just don't think that he can be chased down at this point. Now, if a lap car blows a tire, which you kind of can't do in iRacing, and goes in front of him, that's the only way I can see him losing. But Storm, I think he was just driving too hard. He saw him getting smaller in his front mirror. He just started pushing. He was just way too hard, way too early. Yeah, it's just kind of cooked him off for him. Not gone too well at all. That's going to happen every now and then too. I see a caution here. Brandon got on the bumper of Cherry. Brandon's trying to get one more position. Cherry also is loose off the corner there. You see Nelson. Nelson's riding here. He probably wants to see this white flag go up in the air. Yep, Storm, Storm's out of it. This is Will's race at this point. I do want to see these two guys go at it, Brandon and Matt. Now, if they wreck, this is going to change everything. You're going to get 4 tires because this is not a short track. You can't get away with taking 2. It just will not work at all. Brandon almost clips Cherry. He got close to him there. Washed up to the track. That almost went bad. But Will can take it easy now. He can almost coast to the finish. But Storm's not going to catch him here. So coming to 3 and 4, and he will grab the white flag after that. And it'll be one more time around for him. As white flag is in the air. One more time around for Will Laurie. Storm had a chance. I think he just pushed too hard there. He's got second secured. Justin's not going to catch him. See Cherry and Brandon. Brandon's trying to get around Cherry. He just can't find a run. If he gets a run, he's taking it. He might have one here if he can get it centered off the corner. He's going to have one on Cherry. but Will Laurie, he will go into 3, come out of 4 here, and he will take the checkered flag here at Homestead, Miami for the Miami Vice 150. See what Brandon does. He can't get around him, so he has to settle for 4th. Storm Patterson 2nd, Justin Nelson 3rd, Matt Cherry 4th, Brandon Kloosterhoos is 5th. Top 5 here tonight, but not a bad race overall. No cautions, no guys were wrecking each other, which is kind of something that we see here more often in this league. Notice this league is pretty clean. Mirror Series last week was having a rough time. It's not being a good day for him. We will watch Will burn it down here, though. Oh, no, he doesn't even do a burnout. Well, what the heck, man? I was waiting for a burnout. But he just pulls off the track there. So we'll just pull up the race results and we'll get the top 3 in here. We will start with Justin Nelson. Let me snatch him. Hey, Justin, this is Bryson's booth. Got a copy, man?
Hey.
Man, so you come home 3rd. You know, how did the race go for you overall, man?
I was just out here trying to save my tires. I've been really working hard at that, and it ended up working out for us here to get a pretty good run. Couldn't keep up with the 55 and the 45. Those guys were on rails.
So did you feel like, no, I don't know if this update affected them, but did that update affect these Xfinity cars, or did it feel pretty much the same as they did before here?
For me, it was pretty much the same.
I'm going to say, because I really didn't know, but, you know, do you feel like there was anything you needed a little bit more, or is it pretty much just Storm and Will were on rails that whole entire race to win it?
I just needed to be a little bit more talented, I guess.
I mean, that always helped, but that was not a bad race for you. But before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
No, I appreciate the guys over at LaRue Esports picking me up, getting me better, and helping me save tires. So shout out to those guys, and I look forward to getting next week.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good 3rd place finish tonight, man. That was Justin Nelson, the 3rd place driver. I cut off his sentence there. Did not mean to do that. We'll bring in the 2nd place driver, and Storm, where are you? Come here. Hey, Storm, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Howdy, bud.
Man, so you come home 2nd, fall just a little bit short. You led some of the race. What did you feel like you needed at the end to come home with it?
I just needed to execute on pit road there. I mean, I ran a great race. I ran it back down there at the end, coming to that final pit stop, and I just didn't get in my box quick enough, and he did, and he was able to get out to about over a second. I think if he wasn't out that far, I would have been able to give him a shot there at the end, but just didn't work out that way. I didn't execute and getting in my box, and that's on me. So we'll go to we're racing next week and try to get in our box a little bit better and try to win the race. So
Well, you pretty much answered everything I had there, but before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank, any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, the Ott Company, Tresson putting this on, you for broadcasting, CA Cattle Company, North Stream, just everyone that works with this league, and yeah, just looking forward to next week.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good 2nd place finish tonight.
Thank you, boss.
That was Storm Patterson, the 2nd place finisher here. We will bring in the race winner and Will Laurie. We bring in Will here. He is in Laurie's Sports. Hey, Will, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Oh, yeah.
Man,
I'm here.
So you come home with the win here. You know, how did the race go for you overall? Because you weren't up front the whole entire day. You had to kind of battle up to the front here.
Yeah, I started up 6th, I think, and I got past. I was like 7th at turn 1, so I had to. At this point, I said I'm just gonna save my stuff and see if I can make some passes, because it was really hard to pass. It's like a single roof racetrack. If you want to save tires, and you kind of you have to start trying to move away from that groove and not save your tires if you want to pass. But I guess saving tires just made it easy for me.
And so on that last pit stop, were you worried about Storm? Because Storm had chased you down before y'all came down pit road for the last time.
Yeah, I was worried about Storm. I got him on the first pit stop, and then he started catching on the long run. And second pit stop, we were almost equal. I got slightly better pit stop. I think I won that race on pit stop because we were really close on the track. I don't know if I could have passed him actually.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, LaRue snowblowers. We make snowblowers all over the world. All around the world. It's for airports and like cities and whatever. Like big, big snow you have, you can call us for a snowblower, and that's pretty much it.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good race win here tonight. Go celebrate it, man.
Thanks.
That was Will Laurie, the race winner. I will go over the finishing order here. Will Laurie first, Storm Patterson second, Justin Nelson third, Matt Cherry fourth, Brandon Klusterhuis fifth, sixth, Brandon Pamitat seventh, Nathan Shiflett eighth, John Sweatcart ninth, Adam Boyles 10th, Josh Coley 11th, Kelvin Master 12th, Christopher Gale 13th, Matthew Martell 14th, Corbin Hemstreet 15th, Zachary Kreiser 16th, Alex Little 17th, Treston Ott 18th, 18th, Manny Gregory 19th, Daniel Half 20th, Carson Etheridge 21st, Sawyer Ott 22nd, Adam Scrom 23rd, Matt Quick 24th, Dave Matson 25th, Sawyer Ott 26th, JT Lauderdale, and Dylan Hale was race control, but not a bad race overall. Definitely caution free as there's no stages in this race. Nothing really much to say. I mean, it was going to be between Will and Storm the whole entire night. And Storm fell up just a little bit short. I mean, it was not short by much, so he had a good run at it. It was a nice try by him, but just falls a little bit short there for it. But tomorrow night, they will be doing the Premier Series. Let me see where the Premier Series is at. That is the Next Gens. They will be, let me find it here. That is, oh, cannot find the schedule for it. Must be somewhere else. Not sure where they're at tomorrow. I will actually go and check very, very quickly because it did send an update for it. Let me look very shortly for it. I don't know why it's not in there. So tomorrow they will be at a worldwide, or what do you say that track name? Can't remember how you say that track name. It's at the new track that they raced at last year in the Next Gens. Let me find it. How is it said? I know it's said here somewhere. I'm just not completely sure what it was. Where's it at? Worldwide Technica, or Worldwide Technical Speedway? Pretty sure it's the name of it. So that will be a good race. It's a short track, but it's really weird. It's not a short track. It's drives like one, but it's not. It's going to be interesting to see how guys can handle their cars around there. But I won't keep you all any longer, so I will let y'all go. Hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Again, Austin is streaming if you are bored and want to watch that now, but you all have a good night.